Good evening. Am I in the right place? Good evening. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. We are celebrating Women's History Month here at Shelter Rock and looking forward to a service that we will share tonight. Our hope is that we will be a place where every woman feels welcome and all women's stories may be shared. At last Sunday's International Women's Day event, our service, one member of our community laid down a challenge to us. She, a 15-year-old woman, said that she is a member of Generation Z, the first generation in generations, where women were coming of age at a time when women's rights were being reduced and where the full recognition of the rights of women were being put to a vote, and women were losing. The challenge we were asked to respond to was to find ways with one another to raise up the cry for the full human rights of all women. In our way, we seek to grow through this soul-moving music to more fully embrace the cause of human liberation. We seek to grow our power and our influence so that we might affect change, and we seek to become ourselves more inclusive, more diverse, more equitable, more fully human. And so we gather with these intentions. My name is David Carl Olson. I serve here with my colleague, Reverend Israel Bufardi, under the care of our lead minister, Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore. Tonight, we are so pleased that our student minister, Madison Colquette, will be leading the service. Can we say woohoo? We ministers couldn't do this without the great number of volunteers, members, and friends of our congregation. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Soulful Supper, courtesy of Harbor Deli, and grateful for all of our members who pitched in around supper and who help us make this a more welcoming place. We have professionals in the room as well. We want to say thank you to Joe, Mike, John, and Bobby up in the booth. So glad to have them here. Thank you. Yeah, and here up front, the Cosmic Orchestra. Will you help me welcome Jonathan Preddice, Pat Falco, Cole Portier, Andy Stack, Eugene Ruffalo, Cassandra House, and Chris Marshak. I will say we are sorry to share that Reverend Amy Carroll Webb will need to reschedule her weekend with us and extend every good wish to her and to her wife as she recovers from her wife's fall. In her stead, we are pleased to welcome to the second half of Soulful Sundown our dear friends Cassandra House and Krista Preddice. Yeah. Show a little love to them with our thanks that they stepped up to fill in the gap. At the start of our time together, it is our custom to light a chalice. Madison?
Our chalice lighting today comes from Pat Uribe Lichty, Who We Are Called to Be. Our chalice is a reminder that in hard times, our ancestors in faith acted with courage to bring hope and safety, to bring life itself to threatened people. We light it tonight as a reminder of who we are called to be in this world, in a world still dangerous and despairing. With courage and faith, we bring ourselves to the work before us. Excuse me. Briefly, I want to acknowledge that we are in the midst of a religiously and spiritually rich time. Ramadan began on February 28th and lasts through the end of this month. Lent started on March 5th. Yesterday, millions celebrated Holi, a significant Hindu festival marking the invocation of spring. Passover, or Pesach, begins April 12th. And next week, Ostara is the pagan celebration of the spring equinox on March 20th. And I look forward to celebrating the equinox on March 20th and welcoming all that spring signifies: warmer weather, more sunshine, the slow emergence of spring flowers, new growth, and new beginnings. And during this religiously rich time and emergence of spring, I've been meditating on faith, and not so much asking what is faith, but rather how does our faith in whatever or whomever that might be for you show up in our lives? How does our faith guide us in our work as individuals and in our work as communities? And we may turn to faith when we are afraid, lonely, feeling overwhelmed by the unknown. And faith can also provide a way to turn things we don't understand into moments of curiosity and wonder.
Distant cities just to see me stand over my bed, disbelieving what they're seeing. They say I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation, and as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. Ask intimate questions, want confessions. They reach into my hand tried to steal the glory of my story. They say I must be one of the wonders, God's own creation. And as far as the sea, they can offer no explanation.
As I am reflecting on the intersection of faith and wonder, I want to lift up a writer whose work often helps me make sense of what faith might mean to me. Robin Wall Kimmerer is a botanist, writer, and a member of the Citizen Potawatomi Nation. And in much of her writing, Kimmerer speaks of reciprocity. So the idea that we are in constant mutual relationship with the land, the water, the plants, the animals, and of course each other. One of my favorite stories in Kimmerer's gorgeous collection, Braiding Sweetgrass, is her chapter on the Three Sisters, a planting ritual passed down through indigenous communities for millennia. Kimmerer tells the story that years ago, a Cherokee writer gave her a small packet made from a dry corn leaf that had been folded into a pouch. And the writer told her, don't don't open it till spring. So in May, Kimmerer untied the packet, and there was the gift of 3 seeds. She describes one is a golden triangle, a kernel of corn. The glossy bean is speckled brown, curved and sleek, its inner belly marked with a white eye. And there is a pumpkin seed, like an oval china dish, its edge crimped shut like a pie crust, bulging with filling. I hold in my hand the genius of indigenous agriculture, the 3 sisters. Once planted in May moist earth, Kimmerer tells us that the corn seed takes on water quickly. Thus, corn is the first to emerge from the ground, a slender white speck that greens within hours of finding the light. Corn is all alone at first while the others are getting ready. Drinking in soil water, the bean seed swells and bursts its speckled coat and sends a rootling down deep into the ground. The pumpkins and squash, they take their time. They are the slow sister. It may be weeks before the first stem pokes up, still caught in their seed coat until the leaves split. Each plant has its own pace, and the sequence of their germination, their birth order, is important to their relationship and to the success of the crop. The squash, the late bloomer of the family, is steadily extending herself over the ground, moving away from the corn and the beans, and as the leaves grow wider, they shelter the soil at the base of the corn and the beans, keeping moisture in and other plants out. Together, these plants, corn, beans, and squash, feed the people, feed the land, feed our imaginations, telling us how we might live. And I see faith this way. The 3 sisters thrive when they support each other. So too we flourish when we support one another, when we engage in reciprocity. In community, faith is cultivated in the small, consistent actions, in the conversations we have, the ways we listen to and learn from one another, as well as the ways we celebrate our unique experiences and offerings. It demands that we see beyond ourselves, recognizing the dignity and worth of every person and honoring the rich diversity of our lives. UU Minister Reverend Sunshine Jeremiah Wolf writes that we are a community who gathers in faith, not faith in one religion or one God or any one way. We gather in faith of the power of diversity, the power of love, and the hope of a world transformed by our care. We gather in faith in ourselves and those around us, not a faith that requires perfection or rightness in one another, rather a faith that in our shared imperfection, we may learn to stumble and fall together. Faith that we will help one another to rise and to try again and again. One way that we can live into our faith is through generosity. With this call to offering, we have an opportunity toward living out Unitarian Universalist values in the world by acts of generosity, one of our shared values. This month, our offerings provide support for the Domestic Harmony Foundation, DHF, which is a community-based nonprofit organization created in response to the social, emotional, and psychological needs of a growing South Asian, Middle Eastern, and Muslim community in Long Island. DHF provides culturally sensitive services and has programs like support groups, counseling services, evaluations, referrals for legal and financial services, and education and awareness programs. to individuals irrespective of creed, culture, ethnicity, gender, or sexual orientation. You may give as one of the ways on the screens, on PayPal, or by dropping cash or check in the collection box in the lobby. Please give generously as you are able. Thank you.
We're going to do our pretty little song and dance of generosity. And you'll remember that we reach out to the other and we say, from you I receive, to you I give, together we share. And then we give a little bow to each other. And from this we live. Won't you rise in body and spirit where you are, and let's sing together and dance. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Turn to somebody else, give them a smile, reach out, and let's sing. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Now that felt good, so turn to somebody else, because somebody needs your smile. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. And the last time I'm going to turn to the band, because I love them so much. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Thank you. Please be seated and don't be afraid to keep writing those checks.
I invite you now to light a candle for a joy or a sorrow, for a question or an affirmation, for a loved one, for someone you're thinking about. This is an embodied meditation. We bring our prayers, our reflections to this act of lighting a candle together.
There's a valley, a river in my soul, where every night I hear the thunder roll, like the sound of a distant gun, over all the damage I have done. The shadow filled up this land, ones that I built with my own hand. There is no comfort in the cold. Oh, this valley of sorrow in my soul. There's a river of darkness in my blood. In through every vein I feel the flood. I can find no bridge for me to pass, no way to bring back what is lost. Into the night I soon will sleep, down where all my grievances I keep. It won't wash away the years, one single heart in bitter tear. The rock of ages I have known is a weariness down to the bone. I used to ride it like a rolling stone. Now I just carry it alone. There's a highway rising from my dream. Deep in the heart, I know it clean. For I seen it stretching wide, clear all across to the other side. Beyond the river and the flood. In the valley where so long I stood, with a rock of ages in my bones. Someday I know it'll lead me home. Thank you.
These are words by Reverend Julian Jamaica Soto. This is called Let Us Say to Our Hearts. Shall we speak life into each other's hearts, remembering, returning to the futures we are building, the infinite dimensions of growth we are committed to? A touchstone of loving kindness can be our starting place, unyielding cornerstone. This is what I shall tell my heart, that this community is, at its best, a source of unrelenting kindness, and that when the world is broken, on fire, at war, forgetting its humanity, we are here to say it back. Each beloved, all belong, not as a platitude, but as a way of living, a choice in being. This is what we shall tell our hearts, that to be alive is to hold tender as a sprouting plant, one more chance to try again. Stubborn, yes, as plain to notice as all the ways that we have before this moment been unwilling to risk or to imagine that things could be different than they are now. Let us say to our hearts that are scarred and sometimes weary, that they can lead the way. We are prepared to follow, and on the path forward we may find our endurance tested, but in the end discover that the consequence of action, natural, logical, and magical, is a perennial specimen of hope. In Braiding Sweetgrass, the collection I read from earlier, Kimmerer closes her chapter. Of all the wise teachers who have come into my life, none are more eloquent than these, the three sisters, who wordlessly in leaf and vine embody the knowledge of relationship. Alone, a being is just a vine, squash, an oversized leaf. Only when standing together with corn does a whole emerge which transcends the individual. The gifts of each are more fully expressed when they are nurtured together rather than alone. Let us then live with a faith that is rooted in interdependence and generosity. Let us cultivate a faith that, like the three sisters, feeds our imaginations, celebrates reciprocity, and honors the rich diversity of our lives. Amen.
Sounds are in my ear, coming from a radio. Oh no, where did all the good times go? In the daytime, all I am is a working fool, and in the nighttime, I try to keep my cool. I know what people say, gotta be a better way. There ain't no golden goose that'll get you paid. Through the hard time, can't sit on the sideline. You know we got to get ahead, but I'm gonna keep on trying. I've been searching for a new day, some peace of mind is gonna come my way. And if you don't find it, I'll keep on searching for it. I hope you find it. I know you can find it. If I find it, what I'm looking for, I could rule the world. A brand new superstar wants an ordinary girl. And with my newfound fame, I could lend a helping hand to all those in need, however I may can. Since you know just what I'm looking for, maybe you can be the one that can open up the door. Can you hear me knocking? And everyone is stomping. We're just trying to get ahead, but I'm gonna keep on trying. Well, I've been searching for a new day, with some peace of mind is gonna come my way. And if you don't find it, I'll keep on searching for it. I hope you find it. I know I can find it. Well, I've been searching for a new day, with some peace of mind, yeah, it's gonna come my way. If you don't find it, I'm gonna keep on searching. I hope you find it. Oh, I hope you find a way.
Are we having fun yet? Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to just say whatever dancing is in your heart, maybe in the second half it'll be expressed a little more fully in your body. Just thinking, not to scare anybody. We're going to be taking a slight intermission. We invite you to the social hall. We'll have coffee and some cookies, and we'll be right back here in 15 minutes. How does that sound? All right? Good.